Hello guys, in today's tutorial we're going to be making these cute adorable Ankara sandals and slippers.
So I'm going to be wrapping it on this Ankara fabric. It's going to be coming out like this. So this is the inside. I use white thread. This is the thread I use for the down. I'm going to apply gum here and use this Ankara print, this Africa print, and wrap it on this material, which I'm going to be using as a stabilizer. We've talked about the measurement. Please do exactly what I did. Then you are going to get it. I've applied gum, guys. The right side is going to be facing down. The side that is shining is going to be facing down. Leather, which I'm using as a stabilizer. I'm going to place it on it, guys. Then I'll use my hand to smoothen it out. Just the same way we'll be wrapping our Ankara. So you just smoothing it out. Trim around it because it's kind of big for me to work with. So I'll just cut out the part I'm going to be working with, leaving excess Ankara print on this side and on this side. Then I'm going to be trimming this off totally. Because we're not going to need it. You know, it's going to go around it like this. It's going to go, so this side will be covered. I'm going to be wrapping the top. I'm also going to be wrapping this part of it, but this side we are not going to be wrapping it because it's going around it like this, guys. I just cut out the parts that I want to work with, leave excess Ankara print, and you can cut it close to this like this. You don't need excess Ankara print here, so you leave excess here, but you just trim it from this place completely. Remember, we are not wrapping this part. I've trimmed it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply gum on the edges. Look for a tiny brush and just apply gum on the edges. So you just cut on it like this. See, I just cut it into half. Then you do the second one like that. This other part like this. So the edge, please. So this part, just actually use my hand because I don't have a tiny brush. If you feel it's not hygienic for you, use a brush, please. I'm just going to apply gum on this side. Then I'm going to lay it on this leather that I'm going to be using for the lining. This is the right side of the leather. So you wait for it to dry for some time. So I'm just going to take this leather. This is the right side. I'm going to lay it like this. Use my hand to kind of smoothen it out. I'm just going to trim off some parts and take it to the manching. I'm going to be sewing around it. So I just trim off this. Using a white thread for the down, and for the top I'm using a black thread. Guys, it's because I want it to match with this leather here because I don't have the exact color for this. So I'm using white, which is kind of close to the color of this. It's a nude color. I'm just going to sew. So at this point, this curving part, just pay attention and see how I'm going to sew it, guys. Guys, I'm going to ensure I follow that curve. Okay, just use your hand, don't hurry over it. Then I'll turn like this. I'm just going to trim the leather off. So I just trim it out. On this one, guys, some parts of the leather is still showing, so I'm just going to turn to the back. I kind of trim it. Do not cut on the stitch, please. Just trim it so that the leather will not overshadow the external. Gently do that. So guys, I've sewn it. This is the lining. I use a white thread, so this here is going to be going to the sew like this. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to be filing this and also file the area that is going to stay. I'm going to place it here, then I'll mark out. So this way is going to be. I'm going to file it with this sandpaper. This is what we're going to be using. If you don't have a filing machine, you can cut a part off. Okay, you can just file. So I'm just filing that part where I'm going to be putting the heel. So if you want the gum to stick very well, you have to roughen the surface first, just like I'm doing. So you also do the same to this one, this surface. You can get the rough and the smooth one. So you start with the rough one first, then when you are about to finish your slipper, you can use the smooth one to just smoothen out your slippers. I'm just applying gum on this part. Remember, there's a barrow mark here. Your gum should not exceed the barrow mark to get your work neat. You can apply part of it here. Just applying. I'm still applying gum. It's kind of a bit much here, so I'm trying to transfer the excess to this heel. So just ensure you apply gum all around the two and let it dry for 5 to 10 minutes. Then you put this on this. Before I actually place this on this, I'm going to be filing this part of it. You won't be able to file it once it's on it. Filing, just keep on doing that until the edges are smooth. So if you feel it's not smooth enough, you just keep on doing it. It has dried, so I'm going to place it like this. Okay, I'm going to take my hammer, then you eat it. Okay, I'm just going to eat it. So I'll take it down and eat it very well, then we'll come back to explain the rest. Kind of eat this one to this, and I've done this. I actually gave it to one of my apprentices to do, like it kind of mistakenly exceeded the mark. So you can see, so when you are doing yours, please be careful so that you don't exceed this mark. This is the top of the slippers, right? I'm just going to be poking holes. I'm going to poke like 4 holes, 2 on each side, where I'm going to be putting this. The first thing you do, once you want to place this, is to find out where you want to position it. So I want it here like this. I want it to go this way. Okay, just take your pen, then mark it from the back like a guideline. So I've marked it out. I will get the measurement from here to here. This is 3 inches. I will take 3 inches from here to here. I'll start from here, okay, and take 3 inches. So do not let it go beyond this mark. Remember, the measurement from here to here is 3 inches. So I placed my 3 inches mark here and I measured out 3 inches. Let me do that again. This 3 inches and this is 3 inches. Okay, you do the same thing here. It's just around this corner. So take note, this is the mark we are using, this crossed mark, and this is the back of the slipper. So please don't do it at the front. These are the marks I'm going to be poking my holes. So I'm using this hole punch, which is size 4 mm. I don't know if you can see it. This is the cross mark, right? So I'll measure like ½ inch from here to here. This ½ inch, make it a bit far away from this. You remember, I'm still going to be filing these slippers as a whole. Just take ½ inch from this point to this point. Okay, so this is the one I'm using. So these are just guides to help you make the work easy and simpler. So I'm taking ½ inch too from this edge. So I just put the ½ inch mark here. Marks we are going to be poking holes on are this, and this one, this second one. Place it at the middle of the mark, the cross mark. Then you eat, okay, like this. I've poked the holes, 4 of them. Connect it with a line that is curving like this. I'm doing this from the back. This is just like a guide. So once you've done it, you're either going to use your scissors or use your blade. So just cut it open. Okay, so I'm going to use my scissors. So I'm just going to cut on the line. Guys, I also cut the second part out. Just cut on that line. This is it. That's the cut open. I'm going to put this pattern. Okay, so this is where we are going to need our wooden lace. So you take this and just fit it in like this. Make sure it's tight against it. Okay, you can nail it. If you have small nails, you can just nail it to hold it in place. But I'm not just going to do that. I'll just pull until it fits into it. Let me remove it so you can see. So this eye is going to be turning out. This side is going to be turning out. You can see it's already coming up. This is the back. I've lined it. You can see it's already looking very fine. See. So once I've applied gum here, I'm going to file this part of it. And for filing it, it's just for the gum to stick. So I'm also going to file this surface, the back. And I will file this area too. Then we apply gum on both sides. And we're going to put it together like this. This is going to be the back. Okay, and this is going to be the front. See how beautiful it's coming out. So once we've done, we just file around it. Take this part, you're going to file those. You file, then you do the same thing here. You're going to file this part too. You file the parts that you are going to be putting this. You file this, you file those, and also these parts here. We all want all of it to be rough. Okay, you file. So if you don't have a filing machine, you use this. So I'm just going to be showing you how to use a filing machine now. So I'm going to plug my machine so we can use it. This is the rough side of the filing machine, and this is the smooth part. So I'm going to be using this first. I'm going to be using this to roughen the surface. So it's on now. So just roughing it. So just roughing it. So you're still going to do the same here. I'm just going to remove this first. I'm still trying to file. You can see. Just for roughing it. So if you don't have a filing machine, you can use your sandpaper to do that. This part, okay, just to make it rough so that our gum will stick well. So I'll do the same thing here. I'm just going to be applying gum on it now. If you've applied gum, you're going to put it aside, let it dry for some minutes, at least 10 minutes. So I'm just going to use this one to figure out where the holes are going to be. For this second leg of the slippers, I'm just going to place it on it. So you can clip it in place so that it does not move. I'll just take my pen, kind of put some dots here. So these are the marks. You can make it obvious by putting a cross mark there. So this way I'm going to be poking holes, just the same thing I did to this. I'm just going to be applying gum now. So I'm slowly passing it through these holes that I poked. Okay, so you take your shoe lace, I'm going to take it to the filing machine. I'm going to file this part to roughen it so that the gum can stick well. I've gone to my filing machine and I've roughened it. So I will reapply gum on this part. Last thing before filing is to just put it on this. Make sure it's well positioned from the back. Remove this. I'll first of all heat it in place before I'll finally take it to the filing machine. Then file it just to smoothen the edges. That will be the last part. If you don't have a filing machine, as I said before, use this sandpaper. It's still going to work out well for you. From the back, heat it in place from the back. So I'm going to take it to the table and do it, not on this machine. Don't heat it from the front, just from the back. I've hit it from the back. I've not filed it. When I finish the second leg, we are going to be filing. Slippers is going to turn out. This is the second leg. I'm trying to buckle. So I've drew a line to connect this. So I'm just going to cut on it to cut it open, just like I did before. Basically cut on that line. I'm going to file this. I'm going to file part of this. I find it with a filing machine. This is it. Just apply gum. So once you've applied gum, you are going to keep it aside. I will do the same. So guys, I'm just going to take this. Once it has dried, they are the same Ankara. So I'm going to be filing it now. Be consistent. I wasn't able to use the filing machine to file it. Be able to use this to file it in a way. So this is the outcome of the slippers. So fine, guys, so fine. I love the way it turned out.